April 26, 1986, dawned like any other spring day in Pripyat. This city, nestled near the Pripyat River in Ukraine, was home to the workers and families of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Life was good. People went about their routines, unaware that fate had other plans. At 1:23 a.m., a deafening roar split the night. Reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl power plant had exploded, spewing radioactive material into the atmosphere. The world watched in horror as the largest nuclear disaster in history unfolded. The explosion was felt for miles around. Windows shattered, buildings shook. A cloud of radioactive smoke and debris rose high into the sky, visible for miles. The peaceful night was shattered, replaced by fear and uncertainty. The world would never be the same. The Chernobyl disaster was a catastrophe waiting to happen. A combination of design flaws in the reactor and human error during a safety test proved disastrous. The test aimed to simulate a power outage. It was meant to ensure the reactor could cool itself even if external power was lost. However, a series of miscalculations and violations of safety protocols occurred. Operators disabled crucial safety systems, and the reactor became unstable. A power surge led to an uncontrolled chain reaction. The core overheated and ruptured, causing a massive explosion. The catastrophe exposed the dangers of flawed technology and human negligence. The explosion at Chernobyl had an immediate and devastating impact on Pripyat. Radioactive material rained down on the city. The air became thick with invisible poison. At first, life went on as usual. Children played outside, unaware of the danger, but soon the invisible enemy began to take its toll. People experienced nausea, vomiting, and headaches. The true extent of the disaster was becoming horrifyingly clear. 36 hours after the explosion, the order came for Pripyat's evacuation. Residents were told they would return in a few days, so they packed lightly, leaving behind their homes, belongings, and memories. They would never return. Pripyat became a ghost town, frozen in time, a stark reminder of the disaster's human cost. The radioactive fallout from Chernobyl spread far and wide, carried by wind currents across Europe and beyond. The invisible particles contaminated water, soil, and food, posing a silent but deadly threat. The immediate effects were acute radiation sickness, causing severe burns, vomiting, and in some cases, death. But the long-term consequences were even more insidious. Thousands developed cancers, including thyroid cancer, leukemia, and other radiation-related illnesses. The disaster cast a long shadow affecting the health and well-being of generations to come. The true toll of Chernobyl's invisible poison continues to be debated and researched to this day. Section 5. A world holds its breath. The Chernobyl disaster sent shockwaves across the globe. It was a stark reminder of the devastating power of nuclear energy and the potential consequences of human error. The world watched in horror as the Soviet Union, initially reluctant to acknowledge the scale of the disaster, was forced to confront the reality of the situation. The international community responded with aid and assistance. Scientists, engineers, and medical professionals from around the world came together to help contain the disaster, treat the victims, and study the long-term effects. Chernobyl became a global crisis, highlighting the need for international cooperation in the face of nuclear threats. Section 6. Heroes in the Dust. The Liquidators. In the aftermath of the explosion, an army of ordinary people stepped forward to confront the invisible enemy. They were called liquidators. Firefighters, soldiers, miners, engineers, and medical personnel who risked their lives to contain the disaster and mitigate its consequences. They worked tirelessly in extremely hazardous conditions, exposed to high levels of radiation. Their heroism and sacrifice prevented a far greater catastrophe. They extinguished the fires, cleaned up radioactive debris, and built a concrete sarcophagus to entomb the destroyed reactor. Many of them received high doses of radiation, leading to long-term health problems. Their bravery and selflessness stand as a testament to the human spirit's resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity. Section 7. A concrete tomb, the sarcophagus. One of the most immediate challenges after the explosion was to contain the radioactive material spewing from the destroyed reactor. A massive concrete and steel structure, known as the sarcophagus, was hastily constructed to encase the reactor and prevent further release of radiation. It was a monumental engineering feat completed in just 6 months under extremely difficult and dangerous conditions. However, the sarcophagus was never intended as a permanent solution. It began to deteriorate over time, raising concerns about its long-term stability and the potential for further radioactive leaks. A new, larger confinement structure, known as the New Safe Confinement, was built to enclose the sarcophagus and provide a more durable and secure solution. Section 8, Scars on the Land, the Exclusion Zone. In the aftermath of the disaster, an area of 2,600 square kilometers around the Chernobyl power plant was designated as an exclusion zone. This area, once home to bustling towns and villages, was deemed too contaminated for human habitation. Residents were evacuated and the area became a ghost town, frozen in time. Nature, however, began to reclaim the land. Forests grew, wildlife returned, and the exclusion zone became an unintended experiment in the resilience of nature. Today, the exclusion zone serves as a stark reminder of the long-term consequences of nuclear disasters and the enduring impact of human actions on the environment. Section 9. Echoes of Chernobyl, Lessons Learned. The Chernobyl disaster was a watershed moment in the history of nuclear energy. It exposed the flaws in reactor design, the importance of rigorous safety protocols, and the devastating consequences of human error. The lessons learned from Chernobyl had a profound impact on the nuclear industry worldwide. Safety regulations were strengthened, reactor designs were improved, and a greater emphasis was placed on operator training and emergency preparedness. The International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA, played a crucial role in disseminating lessons learned and promoting a global safety culture in the nuclear industry. Section 10. The Future of Energy, a Safer Path. The Chernobyl disaster sparked a global debate about the future of nuclear energy. While some argued for a complete phase-out of nuclear power, others maintained that it remained a vital source of low-carbon electricity, crucial for addressing climate change. The disaster highlighted the need to explore and invest in safer, more sustainable energy sources such as renewable energy, energy efficiency, and advanced nuclear technologies. Chernobyl served as a stark reminder that the pursuit of technological advancement must always be balanced with a commitment to safety, responsibility, and the well-being of both people and the planet. Section 11. Chernobyl's Whisper, a Reminder. The Chernobyl disaster, though a tragedy, serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of vigilance, responsibility, and respect for the power of technology. It is a story of human error, but also of human courage, resilience, and the enduring power of hope. The echoes of Chernobyl continue to resonate, reminding us of the importance of learning from the past, embracing a culture of safety, and working together to create a safer and more sustainable future for all. The disaster serves as a stark warning against complacency and a call to action to harness the power of technology responsibly for the benefit of humanity.